Hi, family. I just today want to be thankful for the smallest things that I have seen get and things like that. I've got a lot of good things. I mean, this year was good gifts I got, and you know, and sometimes it's the smallest things that mean more, right? For an example, when the elder lady in Jesus' days gave her last 5 sons, that was big for him instead of the thousands that the rich people was putting in. Uh, my wife went out to lunch with a very good friend, and her husband thought of me and sent me a pen when I went back to the church, to his church. And even she said of the things that he thinks of, you know. But a lot of people are materialistic, and they get a lot of good things. But is the person that giving it to them from their heart, versus this friend of ours sent me a pen with a bookmarker that says, God direction is always the best. He will be our guide. That's Psalm 48:14. And that verse says it all, because ever since I've been following God, it's the best direction I've ever had in my life. These 20 years now in November that I've been home, it's been the best 20 years of my life. And since I've been home, I've been following God, and things get better, better, and better. Sometimes it don't seem that way because you feel you go back a step, but you're not really going back a step. We learn from our mistakes. And I made mistakes, I learn from my mistakes, and even though I'm following God, don't mean I'm not gonna make mistakes. I'm probably gonna make a lot of mistakes. The thing is for you not to keep making that same mistake and learn from the mistake that you did. I always had that saying, and not to forget mistakes. If there's a hole in the floor and you fall in it and you try to forget about it, what's going to happen is one day you're going to walk through that same side of the street again and fall in that hole again. Family, learn from your mistakes. I'm doing my best to learn from mine, and I feel like I'm doing a great job. Not that I can't do a better job, because a lot of times I even think negative. And before it was so easy for me to think negative and be all right with it. Today, negative thoughts come into my mind and they bother me. And even though that nobody's hearing my mind, of course, the Lord's going to always hear us. I call on Jesus' name and say, God, why? Why is these thoughts going into my mind? But you know that the devil even tempted 3 times on Jesus, and it didn't work. Family, when you get thoughts of negativity, just take your time instead of acting on it real quick. And I'll use my wife's favorite words. Is it worth it? Family, today, that's my way out. Every time I get negative thoughts or feel upset or angry, and we're going to get angry. But when I get these negative thoughts, and we're going to keep getting them, just call on Jesus. And I want to thank everybody that follows me. I want to thank all you guys, all my family, you know. But I ask you for one favor before I close this video out. The same way you hear me speak to y'all, and you've heard what I said, and you see somebody that's going down that path that you was going in, say a couple of words to them. If anything, encourage them to see my videos. And maybe you could help somebody that way if you don't feel like you could talk. And appreciate everything you have in life because we was born naked. Real Talk with Victor. God bless y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.